Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. Gemini, if this is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, it is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's see. So we have the Prince of Discs. So that is quite an energy. Quite an energy indeed. Okay, let's take a look. So, don't get this sign a lot, but when I do, and before I reveal what it is, maybe you already saw it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it's free to subscribe. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where are you? Okay. I'm going to get this. There we go. Okay, so if you noticed, there is a ring right there. So somebody is getting married soon. Somebody. Maybe it's you, maybe it's somebody else. But I do also see a person kind of standing here, bending over to pick up the ring. Okay, so, yeah, I definitely feel like somebody in your life, this could be a family member, a good friend. It could be you. It could be you. But there is it doesn't have to be legal marriage, right? This could be like a moving in together. This could be getting more serious with one another. Or maybe you've been together for many years and now you're deciding, hey, we're going to do this thing, we'll exchange vows or whatever it is. But I think that this is an exciting thing coming up and perfect for spring is almost here, hopefully. That's kind of, I don't know what it is about spring, but it really is that time where, we have a lot of weddings and a lot of, romantic overtures and the sort. So yeah, so that seems like a some good news. So maybe you'll be receiving that soon. If it's not you, if you're already married, or maybe you're somebody who just is not interested in doing all that again or ever. It will be somebody else then. Somebody else in the family. Somebody's getting married. Okay, let's see. Now we have a 5 and a 5. So we have 55. And then we have, let's see, where are you? We have 7, 7, and a, where's the other one? Let me look. 7, 7, and where did you go? Maybe it's this one, 7. Well, anyways, there are 3 7s. Maybe, I don't know. It's in here somewhere. 3 7s. So a jackpot. And it makes sense. We have the Prince of Discs. So I think that you're really in this place where you're being very, very creative about how you're making some maybe extra money, doing kind of a side hustle, or maybe it's like a hobby that you have that you make some money from, or you're kind of on that, what is that called, gig, like doing gigs and things like that. And so I think this is going to be a good season for you. Now, in the United States, at least, it's tax season. So, I I think people are usually, hopefully, start to feel a little bit relieved if they are getting, if you are getting a tax return of some kind. Be mindful. Be mindful. Take your time with it. But, you know, I also think that this is, it just gets you in the mode to really start, you know, preparing yourself to be super busy during the summer, hopefully, and maybe doing some of those extra jobs and things. And so, yeah, I feel like there will be an influx of money coming. You know, the thing with the Prince of Discs is good at trying to find ways to make money, good at coming up with, you know, being innovative and creative and all this. Also putting in the work, right? Not always good at finishing things, not always good at being wise with the money when it comes. Okay, so make a plan. You know, if you have not ever had a financial plan, it might be worth investigating. Going onto the internet, and don't give anybody your money. You just do not. Don't do that on the internet. But go and just look up, you know, like a template for some kind of financial planning. Okay, simple. It can be really simple. Making a little spreadsheet for yourself, you know, planning where you maybe can invest a little money, or, you know, I don't know, put something into savings, or, you know, some kind of IRA or, you know, 401k type of thing or whatever. But even, I mean, I know, listen, I know a lot of us are everybody's struggling, it seems like. And so it's like, wow, I don't even have like, you know, an extra $20 to invest. Well, okay, I get that, you know, but just prioritize what needs to get paid. Prioritize what you're going to be doing with the money. I think this is really important. This is what I always think of when I see the Prince of Discs. It's like money coming in, money going out immediately. Okay. And, you know, that might work when you're a kid, when you're young. But as we get older, we have to try to figure something out, have some kind of plan. In, you know, these days, there's so many places for our money to go, you know. It just absolutely, I don't think there's ever been a time in life where you could spend money so easily, so quickly. And so, something to definitely think about. Okay, let's see. So I feel like we have, it's a face here, 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth, the head, okay, the body here. It almost looks maybe to be nude, and kind of, I feel like it's the vibe of kind of maybe an older person, and almost kind of, I feel like a like a natural spirit, like a wilderness spirit, a forest spirit. And so we have the disc, so the disc card. So this is an earthy energy, and motivated, very motivated as well. It's very active in the Prince of Discs. So I feel like there's just a draw to. It almost just feels like I'm gonna go out into the forest. I'm going to peel off my mask. I'm gonna peel off my, my human costume that I have to wear. And I'm gonna, listen to some music, some like just very, I imagine some just very rhythmic, even like kind of guttural or droning, or I don't, just very kind of primal, but also droning, and dancing and getting dirty and just a wildness to the movements and almost kind of like something pulling itself out of your body, right? I think, I years ago I was very interested in the Orphic mystery school. A lot of it was because of its relation to the Mithras mysteries or cult, that kind of, in some ways kind of there was emerging or composite aspects of it. But also this idea of music being very much part of the kind of religious experience one might encounter going through initiations, and using this kind of rhythmic music with kind of lighting, certain kinds of lighting, and even you can imagine a fire flickering, or a dark room with candles flickering and music playing, and it's hot in there, and there are a lot of people in there dancing to the rhythm of this music. And there are still fragments of some of the pieces, and the music's really interesting if you go and look it up. These Greek mysteries and mystery religions and their music. Very beautiful. There's actually a YouTube where a guy has played a lot of the music on, the traditional instruments and stuff, and they're really interesting. So I think of this often when this kind of energy comes out, and it is kind of being the wild person, being there's a very thin line between the magician, the sage, and the madman, right, or mad person. And those lines it's hard to see because it's so blurred. And sometimes we have to lose ourselves in the feeling of being alive, being an animal, a person, a human, this thing that is so much closer to the ground than we ever imagine, right? We have the ability to travel the cosmos now, maybe in the physical a little bit, but in our minds, right? We can go into these interior spaces. We are such creative and dreaming beings. But we're also so much in the mud, right? And it's easy to forget how close we really are. And so I think, sometimes we have to lose ourselves in these times of returning to the simplistic. And if that means, you go on some kind of spiritual journey for a weekend, or, if you decide to reject society and move into the woods, right? And never talk to anybody ever again, and anything in between, we do what we must, right? We do what we must. And so I feel like there is a turn towards this kind of very primal, this primal movement, this primal energy, this love, lust, and devotion, right? And that is a beautiful, beautiful energy, definitely. So let's see. All right. Now it looks like we have an older person as well right here. You can see the side of the head. And I feel like it's almost kind of a speaking bubble. And there's a heart here. An arm, the body. Yeah. It almost feels like there's like an ant or something right here. And maybe a spider right here. So I feel like there is a sense of it's like a freedom, to I think of the ant first. Listen, the ant to me, it often symbolizes, just hard work, right? A hard worker, being community minded, being part of the totality of things. But I do think there's also this turn towards, and this is a sense of it's not just individuality. This is a sense of individuation, coming into the power of your own being, as a most divine and unique being. And with the spider is the weaver of dreams. The spider is the solitary thing that spends its hours meticulously creating. And I know not all spiders have webs. Most spiders don't have super ornate webs either, but some do. So we'll stick with that. Just and so I think this is a time where you're speaking love into the world, and you're doing this through your creation. I think that you just absolutely are so much of yourself, so fully embodying your own being. And I could see you, going out and dancing in the woods beneath the full moon, which it is the full moon right now, actually. Kind of dancing and twirling and writhing about, and then coming home and tending to your most beloved work, whatever that is, whatever you can get so lost in. And it almost does feel like this continuation of like a rhythmic thing. So I wonder if it is something like crocheting or knitting, or like using a loom, or drawing, or I don't know, something, dribbling a basketball, something. But there is a sense of a repetitive movement, okay? And I think that this is a place where you just absolutely, it's like coming into your own beautiful, perfect little cave, or like a little, squirrel comes home to its little nest in the hollow of the tree, and you get in there and it's warm, it's cozy, and you can, do your thing uninterrupted. And that feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. Okay, and then we have an owl up here. So we have this sense of speaking love into the world, but also the ability to transmute your knowledge that you have witnessed, that has come to you, the things that the universe has offered you, spiritual downloads, and taking your time with it. We have the turtle over here, taking your time with it and transmuting it into wisdom. We can know all the facts. We can know all the things. We can, have a wide understanding of stuff. But that doesn't mean that we really truly grasp it. I think it has to go through, more often than not, things have to go through a process of becoming functionally understood. You have to get in the thing to be able to see what you're looking at. On paper, things seem one way, in practice, completely different. I think that you're in this place where you have a lot of wisdom, and you continue to not just kind of be an armchair philosopher, or whatever it is that you specialize in, but you are truly somebody who kind of lives in the thing. You walk the walk, right? So that's a rare quality. It is. I don't see that a ton in my readings. Okay, so we have like a pretty happy face there. The end. No. But we do. We have a pretty happy face. And it looks like we have a fire with the moon over top. And then we have, it looks like 2 adults and 1 child, a baby maybe. And I feel like there is a sense of, in this configuration, a real sense of family. Now, if this is the current, state of things or not, I don't know, but it feels like something that you have dreamt about, you are dreaming about. It could be old times. This could be from a previous life cycle. This could be where you're headed. Okay. But I feel like there's this sense of 2 adults, 1 child, kind of being out beneath the stars with the fire going. And there is a devotion between these 3 people, these 3 souls, entangled forevermore. And so going along the strand of incarnate cycles together, okay? And you might know who I'm talking about immediately. If not, maybe have a think on it. Sometimes it's good for us to, maybe it doesn't resonate. Maybe it kind of feels familiar, but you're not really sure. But I think that, maybe contemplating or asking for some guidance, from your daemon, and not demon, daemon, your higher self, or your guardian angel, or, some kind of guide that you may have, and kind of looking more deeply into these things. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on over here at the doors. Our divine doors. And I'm going to go ahead and flip through and stop where it feels right. Ooh, we have a beautiful blue door. Deeper. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. Hold on. Hold on. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you. I thank you for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And other than that, if you want to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. I absolutely look forward to reading my comments every single day. And yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of having the channel here, is that we all get to connect and such. So, the other thing I was just gonna ask, is if you're watching anything on TV. I know this is post reading here, but yes, I just finished watching the True Detective season that just came out, and now I'm like, what am I going to watch next? I absolutely have no idea. I get kind of overwhelmed looking for something. So, or if you have a book, an audio book. It has to be an audio book just because it's something that I do when I'm cleaning. I'll listen to a show, like a TV show while I'm cleaning, or like an audiobook or whatever. So I'm really interested in anything that you have to recommend. I started one, and now what is it called here? I started one called The Book of Doors, a novel by Gareth Brown, which is actually it seems really interesting. I think it's a fantasy book. But I also, I'll get through it in like a day. No, not really. I think probably like a week. But yes, I want to have some things lined up, because that period of time where it's like I have to find something to listen to, that will stimulate my brain a little bit, or be entertaining, right? It sucks when you don't have anything to kind of look forward to watching or whatever. So anyways, that's my big question for the end of this reading is, what are you all watching? What are you listening to? What are you reading? And maybe you're actually reading. Which kudos to you. I'm jealous. So anyways, all right. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take care of yourself. We will talk in just a few days. Good night. Good night. Good night.